The good news? Prolon can help. Prolon is a patented, structured, plant-based nutrition program that supports a healthy lifespan by enhancing cellular rejuvenation. And right now, streaming listeners get 10% off at prolonlife.com/music. That's prolonlife.com/music.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Mostly sunny, increasingly windy today. We do have a bit of an elevated risk for wildfires. High today at 74. Partly cloudy, breezy, mild tonight, low 55. For tomorrow, some strong winds, sunny to partly cloudy. Again, a bit of a high fire threat. The high tomorrow, 73. And then mostly sunny for the day on Sunday, the high 67. Monday, sunny, high 74. Plan with confidence at AccuWeather.com. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Steve Williams.
The footprint of the freeze warning has been reduced a little bit. North Central and northwestern North Dakota. All the way down touching Beulah. I guess just because, I don't know. Maybe God is trying to freeze Michael Bell out because he lives there. I don't know. I doubt that. High wind warning tomorrow as it really will get windy, so plan on that. In Bismarck at the moment, east wind at 5, pressure falling, 30.19. Relative humidity 79%, dew point 32, clear and 38. 812, KFYR Radio, your news and weather authority. Guns in the 701 is next.
It's a new talk show just for the Dakotas. Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell. Weekdays from 9 till 11 on KFYR 550, 99.7 and iHeartRadio.
Whether it's I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game. I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Phones weren't made to be broken. Ugh. Dude. What the? But life happens. Oh, seriously? So, if you break your phone, Verizon's got you. Trade in any broken phone from one of our top brands in any condition, guaranteed. And get a great deal on one of our best 5G phones with Unlimited Ultimate. And if you switch to Verizon at a Minneapolis store, you can get up to $300 in Verizon gift cards when you purchase an eligible smartphone. Which means you're not just getting a new phone, but maybe a new phone and a new wireless speaker, or a new smartwatch. Or you can always be responsible and pay off that monthly bill. But hey, it's your gift card. It's your rules. Switch now and save. Only at a Minneapolis Verizon store. Requires minimum $799.99 phone purchase on device payment with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate Plan. $300 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks with port-in. Smartphone trade-in must be from Google, Samsung, or Apple. Trade-in and additional terms apply.
They said I wouldn't be able to earn a respected degree online. But with WGU, I can earn an accredited degree that employers respect. Whether you're looking to further your career or dive into a new field, WGU can help you reach your goals through an affordable degree that can be earned on a busy schedule. See if you qualify for a $2,500 back-to-school scholarship and conquer your future with a respected degree. Learn more at wgu.edu today.
Shop Macy's VIP sale, going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off the latest fall trends from designers that rarely go on sale. And save 15% off skincare, makeup, fragrances, and more. Plus, shop fall specials for even more great deals on top brands at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
We're here to connect you with roles that let you grow your career.
United Health Group is hiring difference makers like you to help make the healthcare system work better for everyone. Visit careers.uhg.com to apply. Diversity creates a healthier atmosphere. Equal opportunity employer.
You can put some change in a stranger's parking meter. Don't pick up your phone inside the movie theater. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Memorial Blood Centers to get your Good Karma by the pint.
Looking to get more customers for your business? Then you should be looking in podcasts. That's just about what everyone is listening to. In fact, 135 million people listen every month, with nearly half of adults 25 to 54 listening daily. And those adults who have more to spend, they're also spending more time with podcasts than social media. So talk to your next customers where they're already listening in podcasts. To get started with the #1 podcast publisher, iHeart Podcasts, visit iHeartAdvertising.com today. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
UTIs are the worst. I've been there. One year, I had 8 UTIs. If you get UTIs, then you understand how awful the cycle can be. I was taking all the precautions, and cranberry products, they just never worked for me. I was desperate for a way to be proactive. It was hard on me and on my husband.
It was tough to see her in pain, and I wanted to help.
I'm Jenna.
And I'm Spencer.
With Spencer's background in biochemistry
and our shared frustration when it came to UTIs, we were inspired to start Eucora.
At Eucora, we make innovative urinary tract supplements and UTI relief products. Our effective urinary tract supplements finally give you a way to be proactive.
Feel like you've tried everything? We get it. We have a money-back guarantee so you can try risk-free. If you're not happy, you'll get a full refund.
We're on a mission to help women get their lives back. Ready to join them?
Get 30% off Eucora when you go to eucora.com/audio. That's UQORA.com/audio.
817 and KFYR Guns in the 701. Clay and his one gun. I guess it's just gun in the 701 then. It's just you?
Just me.
Gun owners, register and...
Good job.
What's that? Say it again.
I thought I feel you and I, we got this covered. We do a good job.
We do. What you do. I just sort of read headlines and go, or whatever. Whatever. I'm just feeling kind of punchy today for some reason. Gun owners, register and vote for or risk your rights forever. Now, of course, North Dakota doesn't have registered voting, but it turns out KFYR covers 49 other states and the whole globe thanks to the iHeart app. So
that's right. Well, I found this really interesting, and we hit on this when we was on Dakota Mornings when Jamie and I were a couple weeks ago, and I pointed out that the voters that vote within our hunting community are not that great as far as numbers go, and I was really disappointed in that. And so National Shooting Sports Foundation went ahead and they did this study, and that's why I sent you this, because I was reading about it. And we found out that especially in those key states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, Wisconsin, I mean, all of those key states, I mean, you got, over 500,000, some of them that aren't registered to vote. And they got those numbers. Basically, they used a lot of the hunting licenses that were sold, general and draw units. But they compiled all of that data and found out that we have probably, especially in them key states, anywhere from 40 to 50% of the people who get hunting licenses don't actually vote. They're not even registered. That's a problem. I mean, the estimates right now are if 2% of them people registered across the board, it's a landslide victory for just about every single pro 2A candidate, which mostly fall on the Republican side. But just face it, when it comes to that now, the blame, there's plenty to go around. I do believe, just as the people who are doing this study, the GOP does fall as far as promoting just how pro-gun they are. I mean, this year especially, I haven't heard a lot of talk at all about the Second Amendment comparatively to other years. So we've got a lot of work to do on our own side, and we're only 30-some days out now, or maybe 30. I haven't paid attention here lately, but it's close. We're almost ready to go into an election cycle. And we need to get out that vote, and we need to get that out to the people that actually need to get out and register.
If you didn't vote, you don't get to complain.
That's right. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I talk to people about this, I can't believe how many people they said, we don't have registration in North Dakota, but they tell me, I don't vote. And, they hunt. They're not diehards like me and Jamie as far as...
Well, nobody is. So.
Well, they need to be. Then we'd never lose an election.
Well, it turns out you got to be more than a diehard hunter. You have to be a diehard voter.
Right. Well, you think about, and depending on which estimate you look, over 200 million guns, supposedly. And that's it's hard to get a true number on that because a lot of people won't answer that question in a poll. How many guns do you own? None of your business, right? I mean, I know that's a lot of the...
Just lie about it. It's like age or weight or whatever. How many guns do you have?
Yeah.
5,000. Come get them.
Yeah, 5,000.
I dare
you.
Double dog dare you.
Is when you look at those numbers and setting NRA aside and you combine that with all the other hunting or shooting groups out there that promote Second Amendment, we're under 6 million people that actually belong to organizations that really, truly do get involved in that process and get the vote out. That's kind of, when you look at that percentage, even if say it's 100 million guns, go to 100 to 200 million guns, and you're only getting 6, maybe 7 million, I don't think it's even that high, of membership. That's a pretty small percentage of people that are carrying the load and carrying the weight so that you can enjoy your right to the Second Amendment, which has nothing to do with hunting, but it's a great effect that we get to have the privilege to hunt after that, because without the guns, there's going to be a lot of people ain't going to be able to hunt.
True. Of course, King killed Abel with a rock, so,
And get our slingshots out.
And the slingshot. Here you go. But, no, I mean, it is kind of annoying how the people, sometimes the people that get the most critical are people that really aren't bothering to participate in the process other than to complain.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm glad to see a bunch of these groups out there. I mean, I never even heard of this. Women for Gun Rights, they're one of the ones that got involved in it. And, I mean, to see these groups get involved, to me, is pretty important. You've got the National Shooting Sports Foundation with their, they got their hashtag Gun Vote campaign, which takes you to gunvote.org. There's a couple others. Second Amendment Foundation, I know, has gotten in there. Virginia Citizens, the Defense League, the Shoot the Vote. I mean, you got all these private organizations now, including the NRA. They're doing the same thing, encouraging people to do it. Get out, register if you need to register, which most states do, and then vote. You can't just say, rah, 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 I support what you're doing, and then stay home. That don't work.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know what people's problem is.
We got the same problem right here. We do. So all the North Dakotans that are out there listening today, well, wherever state you're in, make sure you're registered if your state requires it, and make sure you vote. That's it. That's the most important thing, because the Second Amendment, well, even the First Amendment, we're hearing all about censorship, which would include, even radio stations like what you're listening to today. It could happen. So make sure you get out there and vote to uphold your constitutional God-given right. That's all I can tell you. If you don't vote, then it's just like saying, okay, I give up. Don't give up. Get out there and vote.
If you are going to be a stay-at-home, then at least vote by mail.
Vote by mail, get your absentee, whatever you need to do, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Clay from Guns of the 701, 823 at KFYR, and it turns out at least one music legend is supportive of the Second Amendment.
I knew he was a big pro-gun, but I didn't know how involved he was for a long time. And that's John Rich, which, hey, I see you're playing one of his songs.
Shutting Detroit down, as a matter of fact.
Yep. And John Rich, he's a very patriotic individual to begin with. I mean, he's been involved in that scene for a while, and he just didn't care. It's nice to see somebody who has been successful, done, he's probably doing very well, I would imagine. And he don't care if it's going to hurt his sales, which it hasn't. I mean, the base of his sales probably are more aligned with our ideology than the other. And he just got involved. He did a big ad for the NRA, which is great to see. he pointed out that he says, I think I've been an NRA member my whole life. Learned the single greatest thing you can do is be a member and encourage other like-minded patriots to join the NRA family. And I couldn't agree with that statement more. You can think what you want about the NRA, but the NRA is the big gorilla in the corner, especially up at Capitol Hill, that gets the job done. And a lot of these other groups do ride their coattails. They have that kind of clout. Yes, you don't hear about that a lot. You don't hear about the bills that are killed in committees. You don't hear about the votes that take place in other subcommittees that kill these horrible bills. All you hear about is the ones that actually make it to the floor, and then, of course, you always got the naysayers. But I can tell you right now, NRA's been around a long time. ILA's been there since 1975 after the 1968 Gun Control Act, and they are the people that are active, especially up at Capitol Hill. I mean, that's why they kept their ILA office right there in D.C., and that was always separate from the main headquarters. I can't say enough about John Rich being in support of this, and it helps to have those kinds of guys step forward and make their presence known, put their name behind it. Because you know what? Some people do take a lot of credit in that. They go, I love this guy, and he's for it. So then they get behind the support of the actual issue at hand. So it's good to see him do this.
Yeah, no doubt. Especially in industry, and even more so Hollywood, where if you dare not fall in lockstep with the talking points that they kind of try to provide you, then you get in trouble. And it's good to see some people are willing to actually take a stand.
Well, that's kind of why I put that out there today. I thought, you know what? We always know about the celebrities in any kind of format that are so woke and so liberal. It's nice to see somebody who's with us. It really is.
You should get the credit. You're right. 826 Clay Guns in the 701. We got more coming up.
KFYR 550.
Coming up on the Friday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, the latest on the Hurricane Helene relief efforts. Has the Biden administration finally gotten the memo from those of us who are paying very close attention to this, that there are lives at stake and all must be done to help? We'll also look at the latest in the polling. How is this election shaping up just weeks away? That's all coming up on Clay and Buck.
Weekday mornings at 11 on KFYR.
Your KFYR Farm Field Forecast is brought to you by Northwest Tire, General Equipment and Supplies, Poland Steel of Jamestown, and Dakota Legacy Initiative.
Good morning. Here is your AccuWeather Farm Field forecast. Today, mostly sunny, windy. High today at 66. Winds will be from the south. Wind speeds 12 to 25 miles per hour. Humidity at 63%. The dew point 31 degrees. Soil temperature at 48. Sunrise 7:46 a.m. Sunset 7:16 p.m. That's your Farm Field forecast. I'm Steve Williams for AccuWeather.
Right now, it's 38.
It's Mitchell in the Morning, KFYR 550.
Coming up next, a big corn crop and large stockpiles mean uncertainty for the market prices. We'll look into that next on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report.
Whether you're in the market to buy or sell, count on Steffes Group for all your equipment needs this harvest season. Thinking about retirement or career change? Steffes Group can support your next steps with reliable auction services. Visit steffesgroup.com today to see a full list of upcoming auctions in your area or nationwide, or to contact your location representative. That's STEFFESGROUP.com.
KFYR.
With the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report, I'm Scott Bachmeyer. There's a big corn crop coming in this fall, but the challenge is a lot of grain left to be sold in the bins across rural America. Stephen Nicholson, Global Sector Strategist for Grains and Oilseeds, says that it's not a good combination for farmers hoping for a fall rally in the price of corn.
No, it's not. It's just not good. And this is a supply side story with where we are today. And farmers have been hoping for that fall rally. And I have to say, I don't think that'll happen this year. You may see a little bit if you see the funds come out of their net short positions if they want to take some profits. Keep in mind that rally is going to be well sold. And also keep in mind that a rally is going to be tough because you have so much more stocks on the ground than we've had the last 3 or 4 years. And so the market's going to go, I don't need to buy this just because it's rallying. I'm not worried because there's plenty of stocks and there's not a shortage. So I think, much different situation than we've had the last several years.
And there aren't very many likely developments that could spark a run to upside this in the next several months.
No, I think you've got to look short-term, medium-term, probably not any major developments that would change the trajectory or at least get prices on the rally side. I think you have to look a little bit down the road. Again, we talked about the fund. What do they do with this net short position? How long do they hold on to it? You could be concerned maybe next winter if La Nina has some negative impacts in South America, that could rally the market. But again, you have very large stocks that the market's going to go, oh, okay, so we have a little bit of a problem. We've got plenty of stocks to keep us going. And then the buyers, they're all hand to mouth. There's no rush to buy or bring demand forward because, again, there's a big stock flow out there going forward.
Once again, that's Stephen Nicholson of Rabobank. With the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report, I'm Scott Bachmeyer.
KFYR, your ag authority.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game.
I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
I'm here to tell you that disinformation exists. It really does. It's not real. It's definitely not a thing. There are people and entities right now who are seeking to muddy the waters by spreading distortions and lies, so you don't know who to trust or what to believe. Which is why having a trusted statewide news source like the Minnesota Star Tribune is more crucial than ever. Subscribe today at startribune.com, the heart and voice of the North.
You can put some change in a stranger's parking meter. Don't pick up your phone inside the movie theater. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Give blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Memorial Blood Centers to get your good karma by the pint.
KFYR, your news authority.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Ships stacked up at ports from Texas to Maine moving this morning with the longshoremen agreeing to suspend their strike for 90 days to negotiate a better wage offer from the ports, 62% over 6 years. President Biden says he hopes the deal holds. Presidential candidate Trump tells Fox.
They've been treated badly by Biden because of inflation. I mean, they caused inflation and it killed them. You know, it looks like they're asking for a lot, but they're really not asking for a lot because when you look at inflation, they end up being a net negative.
Trump on a second hurricane relief visit with Georgia's governor today. The September jobs report surged unexpectedly, 100,000 jobs more than forecast, and the unemployment rate fell 1/10, so the chance of a Fed half-point interest rate cut is dwindling. A federal judge in Missouri put a hold on any widespread cancellation of student debt from the Biden-Harris administration. America is listening to Fox News.
And now from North Dakota's News Authority, Todd Mitchell, KFYR Radio News.
A freeze warning in effect till 9 this morning, and high wind watch much of tomorrow for much of north central North Dakota, northeastern and southeastern North Dakota, and a frost advisory till 8 this morning. A red flag warning for central South Dakota, 1 until 8 today. Look for above normal temps, a good breeze. A strong cold front sent to move through the region late today through tomorrow. A return to well above normal temps is favored for next week and is likely to remain dry. AccuWeather calling for sunshine, more wind, 74 today, partly cloudy, breezy, 55 tonight. We advise for strong winds tomorrow. Fire threat will be high. Look for sunshine, 73. Sunny Sunday, 67. Monday, 74. Tuesday, 79. Bismarck police have arrested and charged a second man in connection with attempted murder last month outside Ministry on the Margins. A parole officer identifying Lonnie Joshua as another person seen on surveillance video attacking the victim. Police say Joshua admitted to punching the victim. He's charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated assault and wearing a mask during a crime. Christian Marshall also charged with attempted murder in the incident. Officers say Marshall stabbed the victim multiple times. He's set to go to trial in December. Bismarck police were called to a fire at an apartment building in central Bismarck last night, 200 block of North 12th Street. The call came in at about 5:15. Firefighters arrived to find heavy smoke and flame involving an exterior wall on the west side of the building. Crews who entered the building found the fire had spread from the exterior wall into attic space. The building was searched, confirmed to be empty. It was under renovation and unoccupied at the time of the fire. No injuries reported. The cause is under investigation. Governor Doug Burgum declaring a statewide fire emergency, signing an executive order yesterday activating the state emergency operations plan. There have been 67 reported wildfires in North Dakota in the last week, burning nearly 3,500 acres. The declaration allows for the activation of National Guard members to help in fire response. A Minot family displaced by a mobile home fire. Crews called to the Wheatland Village mobile home park around 4 p.m. yesterday and found heavy smoke coming from the home. It took crews from all 5 of the city stations to get the fire under control. The report said everyone was able to get out of the home. No one was hurt. The home severely damaged by the fire, cause unknown. Families being helped by the Red Cross. Heather Hoffman will remain behind bars. North Dakota Supreme Court upheld her murder conviction in the 2022 shooting death of Alex Eckert in Minot. State's High Court disagreed with Hoffman's claim there was insufficient evidence to support her jury conviction last year. Hoffman fatally shot Eckert over a custody battle. A Minnesota railroad being ordered to reinstate a North Dakota whistleblower who was fired over a safety complaint. The U.S. Department of Labor ordered Sioux Line Railroad to reinstate the employee and paid $200,000 in back wages and damages. The rail worker from Enderlin had reported an injury related to dust and chemical exposure, was later suspended, then fired by Sioux Line. That a violation of the Federal Railway Safety Act. The railroad said it disagrees with the department, will be seeking further review. Standing Rock Sioux Tribe suing several social media companies for allegedly causing a youth mental health crisis on the reservation. The complaint filed this week names Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube among the defendants and claims they deliberately tweaked the design and operation of their apps to exploit the psychology of children, causing anxiety, depression, disordered eating, and other issues. The suit claims the defendants' negligence helped to and did produce losses that the tribe and its members suffered and will continue to suffer. The tribe seeking unspecified damages. And the MHA Nation holding its fall festival today. The People's Choice Rib Cook-Off included craft vendors, pumpkin carving, and games. It starts at 1 at the MHA Nation tribal headquarters in Newtown. Windy, dry weather expected. Your KFYR AccuWeather forecast is coming up.
The news.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like the Beatles Now and Then.
Come together, you say goodbye. It's been a hard day's night.
Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
You can put some change in a stranger's parking meter. Don't pick up your phone inside the movie theater. But there's one thing that'll help you the most. It's giving blood while you relax and read the Morning Post. Good karma by the pint. Get blood. Donate blood and then you just might save 3 people's lives and get a season's worth of good vibes.
Visit Memorial Blood Centers to get your good karma by the pint.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Mostly sunny, increasingly windy today. We do have a bit of an elevated risk for wildfires. High today at 74. Partly cloudy, breezy, mild tonight, low 55. For tomorrow, some strong winds, sunny to partly cloudy. Again, a bit of a high fire threat. The high tomorrow, 73. And then mostly sunny for the day on Sunday, the high 67. Monday, sunny, high 74. Plan with confidence at AccuWeather.com. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Steve Williams.
8:39, 38 in Bismarck, and more with Guns in the 701 and Clay next.
I'm Dr. The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like the Beatles Now and Then.
Come together, you say goodbye. It's been a hard day's night.
Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Get the facts. For your free timeshare exit info kit, go to iCancelTimeshare.com. That's iCancelTimeshare.com. iCancelTimeshare.com.
842 at KFYR. Guns in the 701. Well, just Clay. It's guns in the 605, I guess, or whatever.
Oh, no, I live in Sioux County, so I'm across the border.
Oh, you are on this side of the border.
I'm a true blue.
Well, what are you worried
Dakota.
about?
Yeah.
What are you worried about registration for voting then? Because we don't do that up here. You heard about that, right?
I heard about that. It's the most insane thing I ever heard of. No hate mail, anybody. No hate mail.
Well, I mean, I always harken back to, in the days of renting videotapes, they'd have that warped VHS tape sitting on the counter to teach you not to put it on your dash and leave it in the sunshine. The other thing was they insisted on, you got to have ID and a utility bill or something to be able to take a tape out. Okay, but we don't take things like voting anywhere near seriously. I mean, okay, we don't have voter registration, but you do have to show an ID. Thank God, because otherwise you'd have everybody just voting 12 times. But
that's been challenged, but luckily it's been upheld. But yeah, it's insane. Really, you got to show an ID. You got to show ID for anything, even to rent a motel room anymore, for criminy sake. So really, I don't.
You want to go to a Kamala rally? You gotta have an ID. But if you want to get in the country, it's I mean,
good to go.
Go figure that. Yeah, exactly. Pheasant season. We're just about there.
Yeah, next weekend we got Antelope opens up today, and that's I believe at noon Central, so 11 in the Mountain Time Zone. But now me and my boys are going to be heading out later this afternoon after I get done with all the other stuff I got going on. And then
is there going to be daylight left by that point? Or?
Oh, I hope so.
Just saying.
But yeah, and then the next weekend we got pheasant opener, and I'm looking forward to that. Joining Jamie up there, taking my two sons up there, and I'm going to head up there for a good time. I haven't had a real good pheasant hunt in years because we haven't really had any down here, and they're coming back, so I feel comfortable hunting down here. But I think it'll be a lot of fun to go up there and be with those guys and just show my kids what it's like to have hunt camp. So pulling the camper up there in the Golden Valley area, and we're going to see if I can, put a bunch of lead in the air and miss.
Well, if that's all you need to do, I could do that. Heck.
Yeah, see,
that's easy enough.
You can go out hunting with us, and you just shoot. If something falls, great. No.
Put me next to the barn and find out if I can hit the broadside. But yeah, whatever.
There you go.
So we had the Veep debates, and the moderators, of course, are busy trying to fact check Vance. But they got somebody who's fact checking Walls there because nobody should get a free pass.
Yeah, they went out and they basically kind of put it to him, and I'm glad they did. I did watch the debate, not live. I was kind of busy that evening, but with a different issue that I can tell you about that later. But it's helping a neighbor that evening. I can tell you though, right now, the Walls and the things he said are just stupid. Especially, I mean, he repeats, what Kamala said. He basically says Kamala, as the Attorney General of San Francisco, not the state, by the way, worked on the issue, and she knows that it's there. No one's trying to scaremonger and say, we're taking your guns. Oh? I mean, she's on record saying she wants to essentially...
You want everybody to think that you're not trying to scare everybody and taking your guns, but if they had their way, right?
If they had their way, they'd absolutely do it. They're right in line with, Barbara Boxer and Dianne Feinstein, and said, hey, America, turn them all in. They do believe that, and it's in their platform. Go to the DNC website and look at what they say. And if you want to argue about that, it's common sense gun laws, there's no such thing, because common sense has nothing to do with infringement on the Second Amendment. I don't know what part of shall not be infringed they don't understand.
Well, common sense, I mean, that you define it differently than they do. That's the problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have the common sense to say, no, we should be able to defend ourselves, but Some people think, oh, no, we should get rid of everything. You can't get rid of every single one. You're not going to.
No.
Imagine having that job.
Yeah, they want the assault weapons ban back. And that was in existence from 1994 to 04. I remember being very involved in that fight. And it did nothing. It literally did nothing to do anything as far as crime drops or anything. Imagine that. Criminals still broke the law. Who knew?
How many times have I said it? Cain killed Abel with a rock. I mean, you can get rid of all the guns. That doesn't mean you got to change people, not change what they're using.
That's right.
Got to get people to not want to kill people. You can do it with your bare hands.
Well, just, kind of not related. Well, it's not related. There's Chicago. I was reading a story about Chicago about this guy that caught my eye. He come up from Missouri with handguns. He's a 20-year-old man, comes up with illegal handguns, and then some of them were purchased the day before when they ran the numbers on them in the background checks, and then illegally sold them in Chicago, and they're blaming Missouri because of the easy access of guns. And no, let's look at that and break it down. 20-year-olds, so in the new enhanced background checks, 18 to 20-year-olds can't even purchase them and get them the same day. So that probably means there was a straw purchase already. So broke that law, broke the straw purchase law, didn't care, and then went and sold them illegally. So it wasn't Missouri's fault. They were breaking the federal laws on the books already. I mean, gun laws that restrict the Second Amendment do not work, never have worked, and they never will work. It's just that simple.
There you have it. And by the way, now you know who Clay's going to vote for in November.
Yeah.
Wasn't too shy about that one. Come right out there and
voting Trump.
Come right out there and say it. Don't sugarcoat it or anything. It's Clay. It goes to the 701. What's that?
I already voted. We did ours absentee here. Already voted for Trump. I voted for our Guns and 701 endorsed candidates Kevin Kramer and Kelly Armstrong as well. So there you go. Now you know.
So you get to go to South Dakota and vote again then, or how does that work?
There you go.
Go to Chicago and vote a couple of times. I mean, why not, right?
Why not? Just say I'm an illegal border jumper in Illinois.
There you have it.
Don't hand me about it.
Pennsylvania man defends home with a gun, detains hatchet-wielding intruder. See, if you have a hatchet, you could still kill somebody, even if you get rid of the guns, although having the better weapon helps.
I thought this was interesting. Pennsylvania, Centralia. I never had heard of Centralia, Pennsylvania, so I had to look that up on the map, too. But, yeah, homeowner, he, as they say, successfully defended his family and property, confronted the man who broke into the home with a hatchet. Like you said, he didn't need a rock, Todd. He went a step better. He went ahead and got a hatchet. Have to have hatchet.
Kind of the advanced caveman era there. Okay.
I haven't heard if it was a black painted hatchet and an assault, then I would make it an assault hatchet and maybe it had a bigger blade on it. But yeah, I haven't heard. It just says hatchet. So I'm unaware if it's an assault hatchet. Anyway,
assault hatchet, jeez.
And he's 23 years old. Jose Armando Valdovino's Flores. That's his name. He entered the home with the intent to cause some harm. And of course, he riled the granddaughter that was staying in that home. She quietly alerted her grandfather, which was great news to hear that he actually had a firearm for home defense. He got his gun, had a light. I don't know why that was important to put into the story, but hey, whatever.
Well,
he confronted...
It's not firing it off in the dark, I guess, Yeah,
he just could have flipped the light on, too, but hey, whatever.
It's the press. What are you expecting?
I know. And the guy actually just kind of surrendered. He put the hatchet right there on the table. It didn't make any more threats. And then the homeowner held him there till cops showed up. So there were no shots fired, but it just shows that the reason I wanted that, usually I like to do a story that shows home defense or self-defense, and a lot of times it ends in, getting rid of a scumbag that probably needed to be gotten rid of. But in this case, it also shows just the mere idea that somebody's armed, they surrender because they don't necessarily want to lose their lives. And that's why it's so important to me that you are able to defend yourself, carry openly, carry concealed, whatever you like to do, because it leaves them guessing. And it does help reduce crime. And if you read, there's a book out there by John Lott Jr., if you read his More Guns, Less Crime, there's plenty of stats to back that up that the other side doesn't work or it doesn't use, but it does work. But you're going to love this. The guy didn't speak a bit of English. Spanish-speaking officer assisted in the communication. This guy claimed he was looking for a man related to a past altercation. Can you take a guess which country?
Oh, no. Here we go.
Mexico.
Here we go. That was a tough one to figure out. Yeah.
So I could not find whether they figured out whether he was here illegally or not. I'm guessing he probably was, but I don't know. I have no proof of that, and there's no place I can find it, even in the court records. They set a bail for $150,000. He's still in custody, awaiting for arrangement. And like I said, I imagine if they find out he's illegal, they probably know. They're not telling us, but who knows? Pennsylvania is a little different over there too. So anyway, I guess the short story is a guy with a firearm exercising his Second Amendment rights defended his home and family without altercation, and we have a happy ending that way because nobody got shot, nobody got harmed, especially the homeowner and his family. And it's just another. You see so many stories of guns are bad, they kill people. No, this is why I like to highlight them. They do work.
Some people play rock, paper, scissors. You play gun, hatchet, rock.
Gun, hatchet, rock. Oh, new T-shirt.
Your next T-shirt. So the election's coming up, and coincidentally, gun sales are going up. Coincidence?
Gun sales are going up 1.3% as the election comes forth, and that's from the September gun sales. And the National Shooting Sports Foundation, they're always keeping track of this. And, another record-setting 62 straight months, Todd. 62 straight months of 1 million plus NICS background checks for sales. That's amazing, 62 months.
No doubt.
So,
Guns to the 701, so you guys do the other stuff that you do other than my show when?
Yeah.
Because it turns out there's other stuff, I guess. Who knew?
Starting next Monday, we're going to be joining Michael Bell on Dakota Mornings. We're going to be on there once a month. I think we're going to do that first Monday, and generally in that 10 o'clock hour, and talk, 2A issues, hunting, shooting, gun, whatever, and just let people know there, too. So, hey, you can hear us here every Friday, and then you can hear us there on Mondays at the beginning of the month. And, of course, every Wednesday night, you're going to hear us loud and clear at 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central on every platform, including iHeart. And you can also catch the podcast there. And I want to remind everybody, next week, House of Representatives Kelly Armstrong is going to be joining us for a special live next week, next week on, let me get the date right.
Yeah, that would help.
Wednesday, the 16th of October at 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain. You don't want to miss that because he's going to be the most pro-Second Amendment governor we've ever had. I just know it, so don't miss out on that.
And by the way, before we go, Jamie says we can use his barn for the broad side of the barn to see if I can hit it. Todd's going to miss anyway. Sure, we can let him take our brand new Cadillac. He won't hit it anyway. What's the difference?
There you go.
There you have it. Goes to the 701. Thanks, Clay. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Todd. Talk to you later. Bye.
8:55, and before we head to